Hi guys, welcome to my first video back on YouTube, and today I will be discussing why Cooper Flagg being drafted by the Dallas Mavericks is an extremely bad idea. The reason why I say this is because the Mavericks run an offensive system which features a significant amount of isolation possessions. In fact, during the regular season, they averaged 11.1 isolation possessions per game, which was second in the league during the 2024-25 season. When Dallas runs this particular pickup, they typically have one ball handler standing behind the three-point line, surrounded by three other guard or forwards who are standing behind the three-point line as spot-up shooters or floor spacers. And finally, there's one big man standing near the rim, typically at the dunker spot. Cooper Flagg is unlikely to be the ball handler when the Dallas Mavericks run these plays, because if you watch him at Duke, when Cooper Flagg has the ball in his hand and attempts to create his own shot, he has below average foot speed and loose handles, which makes it difficult for him to blow by smaller guards and average size forwards. He can only blow by forwards who have extremely slow feet and centers. If the Dallas Mavericks try to make him a ball handler in these situations, they'll come to realize that he's going to take a significant amount of contested shots because he can't blow by people. Further, others won't come over to help because he's not putting pressure on the defense. Therefore, the Dallas Mavericks are unlikely to use him as a ball handler during these pickups, which leaves only one other role that Cooper Flagg could play for the Mavericks during these possessions, which is spot-up. Unfortunately, Flagg has been an extremely inconsistent shooter in both high school and college. For example, during his junior year in high school, he shot 26% from behind the arc, but the following year he shot 56%. However, he wasn't able to build off of the the 56% during his senior year of high school at Duke because his 3-point at Duke was inconsistent at best. During the first 20 contests at Duke, he shot 32.9% from 3 on 3 attempts per game. However, during the next 17, he shot 45.8% on 2.5 attempts. Cooper Flagg's shooting inconsistency will lead NBA teams to leave him wide open at least at the beginning until he could prove that he can make a shot on a regular basis. So that's gonna create a bad situation for the Dallas Mavericks because it's gonna be basically 4-on-5 on the offensive end and will increase the likelihood of the team taking more contested shots. If the Mavericks want to succeed on the offensive end immediately, they need to make some alterations to their offense. For example, at Duke, Cooper performed well as a cutter and a roll man. Cooper shot over 50% as a cutter and as a roll man on about 30 attempts in each PK respectively. However, the issue is I don't think the Mavericks will be able to use him in those capacities due to the fact that they have Anthony Davis and Dereck on the roster, and those two players have to be near the basket to drive offensively. Due to this, there will be limited opportunities and spacing for Cooper Flagg to operate as a rollman and or cutter, at least during his first season with the Dallas Mavericks. Cooper Flagg will not only face issues on the offensive end due to his physical attributes, he will also face issues on defense. Cooper Flagg will most likely be asked to guard forward and potentially guards because, in my opinion, he will be the Dallas Mavericks' second best perimeter defender, only behind Najee Marshall. Now, if you ask Cooper Flagg to guard people on the perimeter, there will be some issues because Cooper has a habit of constantly trying to give perimeter players space so they don't blow by him. For example, he was guarding point guard Kevin Miller during Duke's game versus SMU. As soon as he had to guard Miller, he started to drop back until he got to the free throw line because he was afraid that Kevin Miller was going to blow by him. Cooper Flagg fear or hesitancy that people are going to blow by him also causes him to be late on closeouts. You often see him react a second late when perimeter players are about to shoot the ball against him, to the point where by the time he closes out, the ball is almost out of the perimeter player's hands. In reality, Cooper, in my opinion, is best off as a help defender or defending in confined spaces. I think he would do well against power forwards who are slow-footed or potentially centers because he won't have to move his feet at such a fast rate. Due to all these factors, I believe, at least for the first season, Cooper Flagg has a limited season with the Dallas Mavericks.